Jose Miguel, we live in a world where data is a new all. From medical records to banking transactions to interactions to education platforms, data is at the heart of it all, but with this value also comes risk.
Absolutely, Gael, and it's our responsibility as leaders to protect this information. But it's not that simple. We must not only implement effective security measures, but do so ethically and transparently. Why don't we start by explaining how these measures are classified?
Of course, data security measures are grouped into three key phases: processing, transit, and storage. In each one, we have preventive, detective, and corrective measures. Let's break them down with practical examples.
Let's start with the processing. What is being done here to ensure that data is handled securely?
The first thing is access control, which ensures that only authorized people or citizens can see or manipulate data. In health, for example, medical records are protected so that only specific doctors can access them. In finances, tiered permissions allow an analyst that to only see the information they need for their work, but not more sensitive data.
That makes sense. But what if someone tries to intercept that data while it's being processed?
That's where encryption comes in. It's like converting data into a language that only authorized people can read. For example, telecommunications VoIP calls are encrypted to prevent them from being absorbed by third parties. In government, encryption protects classified documents.
And finally, application security. How is this applied?
It's about protecting the software we use. A clear example is entertainment streaming platforms use measures to prevent digital piracy, or in automotive connected vehicle systems are protected against attacks that could compromise their operations.
Understood. Now, let's talk about data in transit. When it travels from one system to another here, what measures do we highlight?
First, the encryption data in transit. We use protocols such as SSL or TLS to protect data while it's being transferred. One example is retail, where online transactions are encrypted to prevent theft. In energy, data between power plants is transferred securely to prevent sabotage.
And VPNs are another key tool, right?
That's right, virtual private networks create encrypted tunnels on the internet. For example, in education, students can access digital libraries securely from home. In manufacturing, technicians manage remotely connected machinery without exposing critical data.
What about threat detection while data is in transit?
That's where intrusion detection systems IDAs come in, which constantly monitor network traffic. For example, in telecommunications, IDAs monitor mobile networks for anomalous behavior, and in government, they help prevent cyber espionage.
Finally, we arrived at the storage. How do we protect data once it's saved?
First, data address encryption, which ensures that information is unreadable, even if someone physically accesses a device. For example, in healthcare, images are encrypted to protect patients' privacy, and automotive vehicle telemetry data is also protected.
And what about vulnerabilities in software that could affect storage?
That's where patch management comes in, which involves regularly updating systems. For example, in energy plant SAADA systems need constant patching to prevent attacks in entertainment streaming platforms, correct filters to avoid content leaks.
Finally, there are the backups. Why are they so important?
Because they ensure data can recover after an incident. For example, in finance, bank transactions are backed up to prevent losses. In education, academic records are duplicated to protect against system failure.
This all sounds great, Gael, but how do we make sure that these measures are ethical?
First, to avoid access control, we cannot use data to discriminate or manipulate. And second, by being transparent, users have a right to know how we protect the information and why.
That sounds like a challenge. From leadership, I believe we must implement clear policies, prioritize privacy over economic interest, and train our teams in cybersecurity and ethics. What do you think, Gael?
That's right, Jose Miguel. Leading ethically not only strengthens security, it also builds trust with users and employees.
And in finance, using artificial intelligence to detect fraud is useful, but we must prevent these systems from discriminating against certain groups of customers. Leadership here is a key. So, Gael, what we learned today is that data security is not just a technical issue, it is an ethical commitment that requires leadership, accountability, and transparency.
Exactly, Jose Miguel. Security measures are essential, but they must always be balanced. With people's rights, this is the way to build a culture of trust and protect everyone in this digital age.
Thank you, Gael, for sharing your knowledge. I hope we inspire more people to act responsibly on this issue.
Thanks to you, Jose Miguel. Together we can lead ethically in data management.